Hi, my name is Molly and this is my purpose project for Mr. Malafarina's class, and today I will be answering the question of what is the meaning of life. So I think in everyone's life we all go through a point of an existential crisis and not knowing what our beliefs are and questioning what we've held as values for our whole entire life. And that can be really hard for some people. It can really hit home. It can really change people's views as a whole. That's what I went through when I started taking this class. I came to this class with a rigid set beliefs that I didn't think were going to change, and I was honestly very closed-minded in the department of, the meaning of life and purpose and happiness. And now I'm leaving this class and I'm very much, my beliefs have changed, I guess I should say. Maybe not in a drastic way, maybe not totally flip-flopped, but I'm very much more open-minded about things. I'm willing to look into things more, I'm willing to see the other sides, I'm willing to hear what the other side has to say, and I think that's a really important skill that this unit specifically has taught me. So the question of what is the meaning of life is a very loaded question to me. Honestly, if I had to have an answer, I'd say that there is no meaning. I'm not saying this in a nihilistic way, and of course we should live it up while we're here, and I'm not saying that we should all just go kill ourselves because there's not any good reason to be here. I don't think that. That's what really separates me from being a nihilist. First hearing about nihilism, I was like, holy crap, this is me. Nihilists are very unhappy, and I feel like there's a different way to look at the meaning of life. I see it as two different ways you can look at it. You can be a bitter nihilist, think that your life is pointless, or you can accept the fact that, hey, there might not be a creator or a reason why I'm here, but while I'm here, I might as well give myself meaning and purpose and have a happy life. And that's the point that I want to make during this video, is that although I believe that, life may not have a greater meaning, like 200 years after I die, no one's gonna remember me or be there to remember the things I've done. I think that while you're here on earth, you can create purpose, meaning, and have a happy life. So in this unit, the philosopher that stood out to me the most was Sartre, and his points really hit home with me. I really enjoyed the reading that we did on him, and I just feel like his philosophy closely matches up to my beliefs. Sartre believes that existence precedes essence, that there's no essence, there's no creator, and there's no greater plan for why we are put on this earth. But that doesn't mean that you have to dwell on that fact. Sartre believes that we are responsible for our own actions, and that our decisions can make us as a person. Decisions are the only thing that you can really keep as your own, and although that's kind of, sad to think about, I mean, our lives are made up of entirely our decisions. Like, everything you do in life is your decision, and I'm a firm believer that your life can take any direction that you please, within reason of biological restrictions. But Sartre is so big on decisions. After reading Man Makes Himself, it definitely instilled that value in me that was definitely there before this class, but I didn't really know how to express it and put it into words. But now you can find value in yourself by the decisions that you choose to make. Another quote from his reading is that man is nothing other than what he makes of himself. That's Sartre saying that life didn't really have meaning before we made meaning for it. We didn't have meaning before we were born, but now that we're here, we make what we are as a person. The other philosophy that I touched on in my happiness project was the philosophy of the Stoics, that basically you shouldn't worry about things that are outside of your circle of influence because that will only bring you pain. I really tried to start following that because it only makes sense to dwell on the things that you can change and not the stuff that you can't, because that's just a waste of your time. It's a realistic point of view because it teaches you that you can only control how you act to situations. You can't change them. So as you can tell by now, my main belief is that you are you and that you can only change yourself. So since I can't tell you how to bring meaning and purpose to your life, that's something that you need to, explore internally. I just thought I'd share some of the key points that I'm going to try to live my life by and how I plan on finding meaning, happiness, and purpose to my life. So the first is doing good things, and I think this is self-explanatory. Even if it's something as simple as holding the door for someone, or complimenting someone on how they look, that really puts good out there, and I promise you'll get it back in, and that's just a really good mood booster to make yourself more happy. Number 2 is surrounding yourself with good people, and my happiness project was all about surrounding myself with people that care about me. I know the people that care about me and love me in my life, and I focus on those people. I don't focus on the people people that, like don't like me or are neutral towards me, because I can't change how they feel. And if I'm around people that care about me and love me and want to have fun with me, that will just boost my overall mood. If I focus on the positive people, you can't be unhappy. Number 3, which is ironically number 1 on my list, is finding passion in your life. Finding passion in my life has given me a direction to go, and it's given me a roadmap, so I know what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. And even if that doesn't play out, it's still a part of my story. It's still a part of how I've developed. So right now my passion is photojournalism and photography, and even if that pans out not working out and I want to go into PR, advertising, broadcast journalism, it's still a stepping stone along the way. Sorry about my hand motions, but it's just a stepping stone along the way. And this might not be for everyone, but it gives me meaning. It gives me a reason to get up in the morning. It gives me a reason to want to succeed. The future motivates me, and knowing that I have a passion to work towards just makes me really happy. And I guess I'll close with my number 4, which is kind of advice, is don't rely on other people for your own meaning. Yet again, Sartre said that the source of value can only be found internally, and to me that's 100% true. You can't rely on external forces to make you happy. You have to be happy first before you focus on anything else external. That's just something that I have to be. I have to find meaning internally. I think that recognizing that your life is important will bring you internal meaning, because you'll start focusing on yourself and you'll find purpose, because you're building onto your life. Your life is a story, and every decision that you make is another page in the book. And since a lot of you probably don't agree with me, which is totally understandable, I mean, I basically just said that life doesn't have a purpose and that there's no greater creator. I'd like to point out a criticism of Sartre and his philosophy, so maybe you can see where I'm coming from. How can man be happy in a world devoid of external significance and meaning? To me, recognizing the fact that life doesn't have greater purpose outside of our consciousness pushes me to look within for my happiness. And when I look within for my happiness and my meaning, that betters myself. Maybe it won't affect anyone in the grand scheme of things, but I can die happy knowing that I was happy and that I found meaning within my life. I'd like to close with the fact that I'm definitely not happy all the time, and I haven't gotten it all figured out. This is just what I'm thinking right now. It was a really hard pill to swallow, because before this class I was like, death is so scary, life doesn't have a purpose. But now I feel like I'm capable of coping with that fact. I'm still scared of dying, and I'm still scared of knowing that, my life isn't gonna matter in like 100 years. But hey, right now it matters to me. Right now, this is my life, and I might as well make it as happy and purposeful as I can in the moment. This is my philosophy project, and thanks for listening on my ideas about the meaning of life. See ya!